Greetings, North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Africa, Europe, Antarctica, and of course the entire Caribbean diaspora. Welcome to another episode of the Ashani Thomas Unvarnished-Veracity podcast. So today is a very phenomenal day, and I hope everyone out there is having a beautiful day. And as we come to the end of 2020, you're spending all the time that you have left and just living life out loud. Now, today I'm going to be speaking to a phenomenal Nubian queen. She is killing it here in the island of Jamaica. She's an entrepreneur. She's a businesswoman. She motivates people all the time, no matter what. She's a woman that, let me tell you something. I assure you that this is a woman of great strength, vigor, and sagacity. And she's here with us to spew all of the information needed to uplift or young persons in society, from our baby boomers or millennials, and of course our Generation Z, Gen X, and Gen Y. Without any further ado, help me welcome the amazing Lorraine Ward Samuels.
It's no longer Samuels.
That's okay. She's here with us.
I'm joking.
How are you doing today, Laura?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Trust me, that intro, I felt like this current going through my body as you started speaking, because even if I was sleeping, you just wake me up with all of that energy. And now I have to conform and to exude this energy that you have given to me. So yes, good morning, Ashani, and I'm so excited to be here and to speak to your audience.
Beautiful. It's just wonderful. I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate that you join us this morning to spew some knowledge, But I'm just going to kick right into it, Lorraine, But before I go ahead, I just want to tell all of my listeners out there that you can find Lorraine business page on Facebook.
Shack Outlet. We are at 98 Malines Road, shop 11 and 12, where we buy, sell, and lend pretty much anything. Furniture, appliances, fridge, stove, laptop, pretty much anything of value we will take. Car, bike, whatever it is.
So you hear that, listeners, you hear that. So you can find Lorraine is the Pawn Shack Outlet at
yes.
98 Malines Road.
Shop 11 and 12.
All right.
And we're all over Google, we're all over Facebook, Instagram. As soon as you type in the Pawn Shack Outlet, you'll see us pop up. We're everywhere.
Wonderful. So Laura, before we go into our topic of today, I just want to ask you, how have you really been throughout this whole COVID-19 pandemic?
Everybody wants to know exactly how we are. I mean, every single human being, especially entrepreneurs now in Jamaica, we're having a very difficult time. But we are resilient as a nation, as a people. And I don't think about the negativity of it anymore. I just think, what am I going to do? How am I going to move forward? And I think, how am I going to use this situation and turn it around to make it better? I did wrote an article a few months back and bringing to light that this could be a blessing in disguise. It sounds like a dichotomy, but it actually has helped us as a nation to move quicker, to be more alert. We are a globalized world at this time, and we need to step up to what the world is offering, meaning that a lot of things we are behind with. We are behind with business, we are behind with social media, we are behind with where we treat our children, we are behind with politics, we are behind with medicine. So what this disease, or should I say pandemic, has caused us to bring the world together, to let us realize how behind we were, or we are at this point. I didn't even realize how many students didn't have an electronic device. I took it for granted. Even just lately, I have donated tablets. Yes. And I'm on a drive to help every student to have a tablet, which I just think it was just weird. I took it for granted that a lot of persons didn't have a tablet. I've always talked to my customers and let them know, listen, you need to have online banking, and they're always saying, oh, it's not important, I don't want my money online, and I keep on have to educate them, listen, your money is already online, you are the only one who don't have access to it. How many times have you been to the supermarket, Ashani?
Yes.
And you have, say, $10 to spend, and if you have online banking, you can look and see if you have that enough for your spend within your budget or whatever. I have been to the supermarket the other day, and multiple times I swipe my card and they said I don't get the money.
Yes.
And because of online banking, I realized that the money left my account.
Yeah.
So I could peruse it immediately.
Precisely.
So these are some of the things that we need to be aware of, right? Simple things like application form for a bank account. Now COVID has taught us, like, a lot of these things that we are doing now, it could all be done online.
Yes.
Right? How many times have you been to the bank or anywhere you have to be waiting 2-3 hours at certain business place to get things done? Now they're asking you to do it online.
Yes.
So yes, it is bad because lots of people are dying, even though that is another discussion for us to have.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that we need to develop, and because of COVID, it pushes us to change.
Yes.
And even schooling, I don't want anybody to eat off my head, but personally, I believe that children should be at home half the time they go to school. Yes, 3 days to school and 3 days home, in my opinion.
Yes.
You know, I mean, a lot of the parents, and I don't want to be unfair by saying they're using it as a babysitting situation.
Yes.
But I just personally, when I realize I'm going through what my daughter is learning at school, I realize a lot of the things that she's doing, you know, she could do it from the comfort of home. And there's a whole heap of stuff that COVID has taught us that can be done or dealt with differently.
And it's so good too that you touch on the topic of tablets, and that here in the island, Jamaica, you know, we take it for granted at times that Jamaica, even though we're making strides, we're still a developing country, you know, and a lot of kids, due to the COVID, we now see the disparity in the wealth gap, even in this island, Jamaica, because you see where 3/4 of the population, the student, the generation Z and under, whom are currently now can't even have the basic necessity, that of the tablet that they need to aid them into continuing their education.
We tablet yet. We talk about Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Let's talk about Wi-Fi.
And they have the rural-urban situation right now, where the government currently, I was watching an interview with one of the PNP representatives. His name is not coming to my head currently, but he was talking about that he wants to end this rural-urban disparity in Jamaica, where so now all of the areas in Jamaica should be... It's
like every situation have pros and cons.
Yes.
Because then I was talking to somebody about it, and they were saying that because I'm listening to what you're saying, my brain is going 10 miles per hour, because I'm thinking about the repercussion of having students at home.
Yes.
Persons are going to say more children are susceptible to rape.
Yes.
More children are susceptible to this, and there is no internet, and there is no... But even I was talking to a student at UA, and they were saying they don't have the money for the $5,000 a month for the internet. And I was saying, but you pay more than that for bus fare to school, to travel.
Yes.
You know, and she was saying, well, it's noisy at home. I said, you can try find a safe space.
Yes.
You have to make persons understand that this is now the new norm.
Yes.
You have to adapt to these facilities, and students, everybody should have a tablet. I mean, if we keep on thinking about what things should have been, we're going to be stuck into what it should have been. We just have to adapt and embrace
and move forward.
And a lot of persons are going to agree with me again, because I can be very controversial, my opinions. But I also believe that what is taking place now is more divine than anything else. And there is no going back. In my opinion, things are never going to be how it was before.
Yes. And the topic for today, let me see if we can just jump into it, because really you have started the conversation so phenomenally, because it basically everything that you have said thus far has touched basically on the topic that we want to go in on today, which is social issue. Now, I think it was John F. Kennedy that had said that persons, us as people in society, should not ask what or government can do for us, but what we as a people can do for our country. But I want to take that and look on it on a perspective like this. For example, here in the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica, being that Jamaica is considered a developing country, so we have limited access to certain resources. Now, a lot of the youths that are out there currently are thinking, okay, then how does that phrase apply to me when I can't even find the basic necessity just to get by, to have a fruitful experience in this realm of dimension of an experience that we are currently experiencing? But Lorene, I want to hear your view on this topic though. The other day I was listening to Spice on her show that's Spice It Up Talk Show, and she featured popular dancehall artist Bounty Killer. And she asked him the question that poverty currently still plague our island here in Jamaica. And she said to Bounty Killer, what is it that we as individual in the entertainment fraternity can do to try to alleviate this situation? And also, how can we get the government on board to make things more effective in correlation to social programs so that the youths are engaged? And let me quote his statement that he said, and I want to hear your views on it after. So when she posed that question to Bounty Killer, he replied and he said, the government here in Jamaica, they are doing something. We have to give them that. But Andrew Holness, he said, and I quote, Andrew Holness, they need to be more strategic in how they go about doing these social initiative. Because let's face it, the police are sent into the community by the government, to go for the bad boys. Yet who do they send into the community to save the good boys?
This is a bigger issue.
Yes.
This issue goes back 400 years.
Yes.
This issue is coming from slavery.
Yeah.
Now, let me fast forward. I just went back 400 years.
400
I'm going to come to now.
Yeah.
If it is, and I've said this before multiple times, think about it. And I'm going to use some white figures here.
Yes.
So nobody, the disclaimer is, do not quote me on these figures. But from personal experience, my anecdotal is that these are what I observe. And
Yeah.
this is what I observe. If you have 10 boys
Yes.
from the ghetto, it is more than likely that 8, I'm going to put it at 8, is become gang members or thieves or murderers, you name it, the worst. So 2 might come out favorable. Ashani, you are from the inner city.
Yes.
And you are a product of it, and you are doing excellent because I've known you for many years now.
Yes.
Then you have uptown, can call it uptown,
Yes.
or out of the garrison, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
You have 10 boys, and it is 8 out of the 10 is surely going to come out to something good.
Yeah.
If not the greatest or most successful, it's guaranteed that 8 of them are going to turn out good.
Yes.
Look at the statistics, what I'm just putting out there to you. It is showing you that these coming out of the ghetto, or persons coming from uptown or downtown, we want to put it, it is depending on your primary socialization.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you grew up in a ghetto, you know, say, if you reach 18 as a female and you get pregnant, that coming like a one bachelor's degree you get this one.
True.
Yeah? If you come out of the ghetto as a boy picnic at 16, 17, and you not get a youth yet, you are a gilding?
I think so, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, flip it uptown.
Yeah.
If you the uptown and you're 18 and you get we never got to talk about the negative part.
Yeah.
By the time you reach 2022, you are expected to have a bachelor's.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's and as a male, as a female, at that age bracket, you are expected to finish university.
Yes.
And be doing something where they migrate, go in the big US of A, or Canada, or England, or most of these students from that area, you find out that they don't even go to university.
In the
I
island.
go to UA and most of my cohort, they are from
They're
from the inner city and everywhere you can think of.
Yeah.
Most of the students that I used to go to high school with,
Yeah.
that are from the higher echelon of society, they don't go to UA.
Yeah.
They go to FIU and
Mm-hmm. NYU, New York University,
right?
Princeton, Harvard.
Whether by scholarship or the parents pay for it.
Yes.
My point is, we are focusing on the end result. It's like you're trying to remedy the disease when you should have been fixing and treating the person or the body properly from the get-go.
Yeah.
So for me, personally, as I said, I am going to be controversial again.
Yes.
There needs to be some sort of program to start from. Furthermore, you notice every ghetto, you know, I mean, I think enough people in the ghetto poor.
Yeah.
Because me gonna the ghetto sometime. And me I tell you, so the fridge and the TV, them they can't work, them they can't work, them they massive. You ever go up on the gully banquet and see some weird furniture?
Yes.
You ever go, you know.
Yes.
You step in some of them house, you wonder if America you're there.
Yes, that is true.
You
Not to
understand?
mention some of the vehicles that you see on the road in the ghettos.
As soon as a man to get a bus, him buy a Benz or a Beamer. So my point is,
priorities.
Not even priorities when I reach us yet.
Yes.
The point is how you are socialized,
Yeah.
right? When you are, my daughter is 14 and every day I'm in her skin.
Yeah.
You need to figure out a business idea. At 14, I am telling her that. She started a lip gloss business. I'm teaching her how to work with me at the store because I want to get her mind there.
Yeah.
How many parents in the ghetto are going to teach the child how to be like that? Them sit down on the sidewalk with them face bleach out and dig out them hand because that is the norm.
That is the norm.
You understand? So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Well,
right?
Precisely, yeah.
You cannot eliminate poverty because in order to have riches, you have to have poverty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Me just believe that poverty cannot be eliminated unless God come. And we don't want to go on that topic there right now. But pretty much, I believe as a country, Jamaica, we are very, very successful. And I believe that there is a lot of things we can do to these kids from this age bracket to help groom them.
Yeah.
I see a lot of politicians. They have good intentions to help their communities. They have good intentions to make sure that the children come out to something good, or when they go into politics, they do have intentions to make the country better. But a lot of times, I see the same politician go in there and become greedy.
Yes.
It was always my dream to go into politics. I always want to be an MP to help people.
Yeah.
But when I look at all of the hoops that I'm going to have to jump through and the corruption that I have to be involved with, I decided that this was not for me.
Yes.
You understand? So I rather help from a distance the most I can do or the best that I can do. So if it is that our leaders decide they want to change and help, because it don't make sense you're gonna send in these police or soldiers to go into the inner city.
Yes.
This is what they know. We have to change the status quo of how things are going on right now. Right? What is it that a uptown then is doing from a parent downtown? How are these two different parents being socialized? You know, why is it that you have more successful persons coming out of a particular area than out of a particular area? Why is it? Okay, let's go into the physical appearance of how the ghetto is. I always say ghetto is a mentality.
Yes.
Because you can actually come out of the ghetto and still behave in a particular way or like certain things are. That is just you. So I said it is a mentality. However, why is it when you go into the physical ghetto, people live, speak, operate in a particular manner as opposed to when you are uptown? Why?
That's a beautiful question, and it is one that I think we have to ask ourselves individually as an individual.
Let me tell you, Ashani, if it is that the government really want to help the country, they can. I don't believe in reinventing the wheel. Yes, everywhere in the world have ghetto and problems and issue. But I always love to talk about Singapore.
Yes. But Lorene, I do not want to cut you, but you said that if is it that the government wants to help, they can. I want you to give, probably Mr. Holness is listening right now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is listening, you know, as Bounty Killer gave his message to Andrew Holness, how he can go about creating a strategical change to really impact, you know, to have an impact on these young youths' mind rather than just focusing on numbers, but really have an impact. What would be your advice to Prime Minister Andrew Holness?
Alright, first of all, and from personal experience,
yes,
a lot of times I'm going through trials in my life.
Yeah.
And in order for me to overcome these trials, I do a lot of reading.
Yes.
Or in want of another better word, I do a lot of listening. Because I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Yes.
You were very influential in me listening to audiobooks as well.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I listen to a book, it propels me to want to change my life or aspire to whatever I just read or listened to.
Wow. Powerful.
That means whenever you're having these young persons, training them from a tender age, and you have them listening to a particular genre of music, or should I say, this genre of music have certain words in the music, it's instilling in these young ones, or telling them, go shoot this, go kill this, I'm a want, I'm a Benz, I'm a B-man. How are you training these young children's mind?
So you hear
So first thing, I am going to say that the ghetto is being associated with dancehall music. I love dancehall music. Don't get it wrong.
Yes.
But I believe dancehall music is for a certain age group.
Yeah.
Or certain type of dancehall music with the lyrics are not for especially these young children. Because it promotes a lot of violence and it promotes a lot of sex. And you know what I also think? I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day. He has 4 kids.
Yes.
2 boys, 2 girls. One of the boys 22 and 2 of the girls are like 12, 13. And he's gonna, and the younger boy, they are twins with the girl. I think they are 12-year-old set of twins. And he's gonna say to me, oh, my son are going on with things, man. Yeah. Look like him get something or whatever.
Yes.
And I'm saying to myself, what if this was your daughter?
Yes.
He's like, your mother? You know, this would happen, whatever. And I'm like, you know.
So I don't want to cut you, Lord, but I want the listener to understand. When you said get something, you're relating to his son being sexually active. Thank you.
So, yet he doesn't want his daughter to be sexually active, but it is okay for his son to be sexually active. And then we got into a long discussion, and he was going to say to me that he started having sex when he was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm saying a lot of things contribute to, I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen in other areas or other neck of the woods.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this is where it starts from. These children are not. Give you another example. My daughter used to go to a prep school.
Yes.
For a short period of time, she was going to a primary school. When I went to the prep school, I could go into the prep school anytime I want. I used to go there, surprise her, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, bring lunch for her. Just go by the prep school and say, babes, I love you. She started going to the primary school. I was told that I couldn't come there a certain time of the day.
Yeah.
Basically, it was none short of a pat down.
Yeah.
There was so many noise going on in the primary school.
Yes.
As I was saying, when I went to the primary school, there was so much noise.
Yes.
The kids, a lot of them were very unruly, disrespectful. The teacher had to be shouting, sit down, stop the noise. I was having a conversation with her, and I kid you not, the teacher had to interject every 30 seconds to tell somebody to sit down.
Yes.
I did not have that problem at the prep school.
Yes.
So I'm saying to myself, it's where all these children are being socialized at home.
Yes.
Right? When I was growing up with my mother, anything my mother got in her hand, it would be going towards my head.
Yes.
You know, I got a lot of being, and trust me, I was very unruly when I was growing up.
Yes. We understand.
But you could see the difference with how I dealt with my daughter.
Yes.
It's a total different scenario. I was kind of rough with her, but I realized rough no work.
Yes.
with a lot of these kids,
Mhm.
right? And you could see that when I talked to her and said, Logan, this is what you should do, how you should do it, I get a better response from her
Yeah.
than if I was to be aggressive.
Yes.
So my point is, it's not about, you cannot fix the end of when you have the symptoms. I think you should fix from the beginning. So probably what we should have a lot of inner city mothers then, a lot of, we call them mommy,
Yes.
right?
Mentors.
Right? So you have a lot of mummies which are mentors, and you try to groom these children. I personally believe that some music should not be played.
Yes.
Right? And I believe that some of these mothers, they need to have a lot of training, counseling to help them, because a lot of time we take postpartum depression for granted, we take anxiety for granted, right? And a lot of times we are going through, we are saying, oh, black people not do them something.
That's true.
So even if I say to somebody, you know, I have anxiety disorder, they will say, wow, we have.
Yeah, that's true.
But it is a real problem. We need to start training these children from a tender age, and I kid you not, whatever uptown I do or what next country I do, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. All we need to do is to photocopy some of these things.
Yes.
And guess what? A lot of times we are the Jamaican people, we don't like handouts, we just need help.
Yes.
You understand? So if the government focus more on entrepreneurship, on youth development, and some of the programs are there now.
Yes.
But getting the children more involved. Because every young people from the ghetto right now want for all a man can get a bus. That is what they know. That is how they feel like they're going to pull them out of the ghetto and help their mother. Because most of these children don't even have a father. We need to have fathers playing a role in these children's lives.
True.
So these are the things that we need to do from foundation, right? Yes, the slavery 400 years ago has been upon us, and it is causing us to react this way, but this is where we need to start.
Agreed 100%. You know, such a beautiful conversation that can't even fit in one podcast, I would say, you know. And Lorraine touched on so many beautiful topics that you can use for food for thought. My generation Z that are out there, my generation, my millennials or baby boomers, it's a new time, it's a new day in history that we're currently living in, and it's time for us more than ever to start working on ourselves. As Lorraine said, we as a unit need to create and develop collaborative, achievement driven environment so that we can move forward into the next 100, 200, 300, 400 years together. Black, white, Latinos, Asian, all of us. Because remember, beautiful souls that are out there, that majority of the world population was not born into privilege. So it's okay not to be okay. Just work on you, as Lorraine says. She said we need to read more. We need to work on our mental health. We need to go out there and find help. If we know that we have certain potential that just need developing, reach out to someone. Use your social media platform effectively. Support each other and just hold on and keep fighting. Keep fighting and keep pushing. And of course, I have to give our last word to Lorraine Ward Samuel. What advice, Lorraine? What's the last word you want to encourage all the beautiful souls out there today in North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Africa, Europe, and of course, the entire beautiful Caribbean diaspora? What last word you have to the youths so that they can stay on path and just keep pushing forward?
My advice to any person, whether young, old, in between, is have confidence in yourself. If you have confidence, that can take you all the way around the world and back. It can take you to places. When I was smaller, my mother used to say, manners take you around the world. Yes, that is good too. But adding confidence and manners, you will reach very, very far. You have to know what you want. You have to make mistakes. The worst thing you can do is to vacillate. Believe in what you want. It doesn't matter if a lot of persons don't think it is what you should do. you need to do. Sometimes you're gonna fall down, sometimes you're gonna make mistakes, sometimes you're not gonna be successful, but those failures is what make you into a success, and I am living proof of that. So have confidence. Yes, you need manners, but always be confident to be the best you can be, and that is number one.
Alright, there you have it, beautiful soul. Stay safe out there, and don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Let your friends get this word of empowerment today. Alright, I love you all, and I'll see you all next week.